then it stands to pause that something different must be done. And something different must be done within the remits of our Constitution. And that is why we are resubmitting to find out the kinks. But I think the philosophy of trying to get more equity, trying to leverage our resources, is something that we should all consider and know that it's important for us to transform. And I do not believe that we broke any rules by the way in which the procurement was done. Your public service is one that really has been with the family for a long time, and I came into it with that aspect of that. I do not take a salary. I do not take a per diem. So those are not the objectives that I come with. As I mentioned earlier, it was so easy to get a banking license over these 30 years if one chose to. But our expertise was in investment, and we are not going to drift because there were opportunities. But the question that really that we should debate, I know that in my capacity as a public service official, without being a director but co-owner of that company, I was not part of any decision making with regards to that. But I think we should be having, truly a broader discussion about Ghanaian enterprise, and therefore how independent and experienced entrepreneurs can join government at any point in time. So, Mr. Chairman, here is a company that is 30 years old. Here's a company that started with borrowing $25,000. Here's a company that started I guess, tantamount to a place you would not think an investment bank would start. But that's the resources a Ghanaian entrepreneur had to start that. After 30 years, with 500,000 accounts of Ghanaians, 1 billion CDs under management, offices around the country, having participated in every Eurobond transaction since we started in 2007, are we truly saying that in the event of anybody becoming an attorney general, you can use your law offices? In the event of being a finance minister? I think those are fundamental questions, and therefore, if the rules are clear on what you are talking about, I don't think we should encourage such cynicism because it just goes to poison the environment and we may lose good. I don't think there was any conflict of interest straight away because I was not part of the decision. I think the first-class nature of the institution speaks to itself. I think the Ghanaian entrepreneurial ingenuity that has brought it this far must be praised, and we should be encouraging our companies to grow so that we can begin to do the Eurobonds ourselves. The issue of, state capture of a financial sector, I think it's a difficult one to behold. First of all, the Minister of Finance certainly has some sway with regards to whoever they appoint to be board members, and it could be Kojo Kwame or it could be Kelly. You would have put a person there. So is the state capture hidden because of the name or not? Is an issue. Issue of competence, I think is important here. And if you look outside of the state, you'll see that because of the 30 years in which the firm has run on values and skills, our alumni everywhere in the banking and financial institution of deep influence in what they do. Should companies like ours create subpar personnel? We shouldn't. And if they have the technical requirements, should we or should we not lose them? I think it comes down to really whether we continue with a sense of cynicism and, a minister trying to enrich himself. I suspect that the issue of public service is one that really has been with the family for a long time. But even with judgment debts, I think we have tried very hard to even renegotiate after the court's judgment. So yes, it's a leakage that we are very aware of and would like to blunt. Chairman, I can assure you that we are clearly aware of the level of salaries that we have for our people. We also know the impact on our revenue, and by all means we'll strike a balance that is sustainable to support us. So let me assure you that we would not compromise on fair negotiations. I can assure the House that this is not tantamount to any type of corruption from the ministry or the government in any way. We should be clear on that. With regards to, therefore, their number of 2.4 billion in which they insist on, you can see that the president was at the ceremony yesterday, and that is an indication of our commitment to work with them to clear that. Mr. Chairman, let me assure you that all of these issues would be resolved, and we can have, a happy medium with PIAC going forward. We do not. I mean, there may be honest mistakes made, but there's no profligacy on our part or a sense of arrogance as to the use of public money. I mean, my training as an investor was to invest people's money, and that has to be protected. And so when you look at DataBank, it's investment of 500,000 people's money, and those are sacrosanct. Mr. Chairman, let me assure you that all of these things will be resolved, and we're going to have a period, these 4 years coming, in which we are all total. I can assure.
Welcome back. See now the way video to our high Adom TV. We are some J Casa was sharing. Now watching Jumedi and your day, bro. We made in the Asempa. Now my set. If it's the lost NDC rep, you know, I say we're to me and Yanity did my baby do her. And Eric Yawaji, a deputy Bono Regional Communications Officer at the my NDC. Eric, me makwaba. Me just a BB abo call there.
Nyame Adom now so.
I send there for go no more share. Nyame hene. As well. Ose. Oh,
Nyame Adom say I was say promote your own because yeah metina ha na ka say Ghana beyond aid ni ade na akwa kwehye kama monta de yaba nti I was say share the Ghana for na nka say no
kama de na mo pa no Ghana
yampamo nti we say ukọ yenuanom e won north ya de omo ye pa nti so opese Ghana subani real mundo do na unya akwanya we go krakra de bebro
okay
right Yeah, that you are the bread.
I don't know obey ya. You know 100%. Omanya achombe mo emwa.
Oh, are they?
What's our chef fugu no wash jeans? Jeans say na Ghana.
Na say we
na jeans say na.
We are pam no wabno.
Na wash fugu no wa pe Ghana ntoma bia pama she. Anya achom na we betina ha say kan na she jeans na. Also jeans pam.
When the interior sir.
Are they?
Oh. Moto about 2016. Yene one etina kruma. Bra obre. Board credit do kotoso credit science udi. Oh, me boy. What bresa appointment o mu ye menti udi. O sorry a o mpe ba bi ntina.
On pe baby ntina.
Na mpe ba bi ntina sen.
And there was up baby.
Eric.
Is that the fact is that the match there being? Is that what it's
no, but he's getting personal. It's not
personal. Yes.
Push your muchi. Debi ayeti. Nkofu kakra ye o he omonkwa ne do so. Na de okobi enyi.
There be the fact is do ne su anche say bia.
Enu ne su san.
Oh, e bia beba.
Abusu aka ba, just say no sesan ni din de.
Asempa, it's not. I don't want. That's not what is on the TV.
Come on, to us.
But no, but Asempa,
no, but so we post nya boy.
Listen to me. Omampenyi ene di djuma ma ne se wonye. Ono na nim nhihye a wode be ma Ghana betima kwedi.
Kese wo de wo bo bi
30 million people no yet me bo bi adi.
Enti ye ma post a
30 million people yet me bo bi adi.
Ye ma post a
won. Bo a yakopon na yu. Ye nyammo wa nyabotre na ye wodjuma and move ahead. Enti masa di ufi asem na ye ufi asem what impact.
Oh yan ko ye.
We say di ufi asem.
Wo de me kan bi ma wa ma menka.
Menka se ka bi ma menka fe ma di ufi asem.
Sam wo jam fi bre ya de ne kwotro.
Me say menka fe ma.
Nyame to nsa fre na no.
Well, I was here to us Eric Aje, but on a more serious note, I say they say more tolerant for party name. Oh, Nnawotwe Jacobs where suspension galore. Yeah, na koso. Because in case say for crying here the door na more
me that say
Mondi ni fear say man pa why you there do fear say man pa ese ma ko coalition center say chaos.
Oh,
no, you expect to win an election.
Come on, do fear say
also binduri come center coalition center say binduri come fear say
and pay the next
na money be win election.
Come on, ma men kan ye and pay me fa kwanya na men share Adom TV ahwefo nyina na men hye Ghana fo nkran say e wo mu say ye wo mra mu adin because a dying cry high na form and obi use electricity or the negative impact and we buse Kumasi Central Market for no. You see the OC Jana nya de said your delayed we no koy be ne nyame ada Roma omo hu say and kufu de chewa de free obetua back nti enye wan say ye this freebies in buy for the purpose of elections na ye to abawi ya adwadifo wo Kumasi Central Market etia say an electricity bill or muntimi ntua na asampa wonim
ntiopa
can somewhere 2016 na me okomi krom na okwa koto cement e de asi udan ya akosra e bia 30 Ghana cedis na me ne okasai okomi krom German not cement e da 50 Ghana cedis o hwe nchensen bo iron rod ene ma ekosro ni pass it na musu ntumpon nti
e bia na musi ya nenyu
o say
kejetia no
you see how many years ni
enyu
how many years ni
oh na da ya the years
na o mpabo na o hye na no pa wan pepa ho
da bi mpepa ho
o to se na ye mo no
show the way to quality
da bi me ma
na me say 4 years 5 years
mpabo na hye no ba wan
pepa quality to quality
now patch say ejana musi
ya ye adwuma
na was say
within 6 years ya ye adwuma ma ye wie ye mpose mu bebia ma nipa akotenam na no na da ne boachi bi
na ama na akonyu
ena asi ho abesu nda na nipa akom ndi se chimato aba ho a eyo mumubu nsi fofore se enyinu
Eric Yontoaso mama kan Nnawotwe Jacob ni Facebook page nsambia waka ona
ade na isi ya Nnawotwe se
and so when this na we NDC
Mary KG
enti nyabotre mama kan Nnawotwe
Ghana ye din o
na bi Ghana de ade na Ghana ye din na muhim kra
kan na oni
se ba no eti cement bo
so I was saying Ofori-Atta, which god or gods are you worshiping? The Pentecost God of Israel or the gods of Adom, your maternal hometown? Anokwa. So the Church of Pentecost has Ofori-Atta for Samuel as one of the general elders, an elder who will sit with young boys and instruct them to cause mayhem in this country, you don't have the guts to lead your party to victory. We'll be back. That is the first one. And second one, me van so so. Okay. I say there is this thing about Baumia's father attributed to Alote Jacobs, which isn't true, but being also attributed to Peace FM. I'll also talk about the death of Prof. Mills and how the NDC neglected him to die. Stay tuned. Then finally, Ovoswan Pofu, you are a toddler and talk like a kindergarten child and a coward. Do you hear me? These three things. And then I'm a party, sir. A party in opposition.
Messages of this nature, no. So, will be discretion or they are training messages. But I believe strongly, sir, they are far away by suspension and party in the drama.
Example, there's some way in expulsion.
Yeah, it kind man suspension and you call expulsion. T.I. expelling from the party. And I believe strongly, sir, messages we are or church or in the Facebook wall. Say, be na paper and the trade and I'm a boy. It's me national chairman of Zampo. Meaning, sir, or you be a or any monyam for. Why am I so much ye? NDC as a party, ye be a chairman. And yet you be better fan. And then my GD with him. Our National Congress. Me, I voted for him. He's my national chairman. And the national leadership of my party, you trust our name. And one thing I was nipa careful with it in a sense. You see, the modern politics is a bit different from the colonial mentality in a normal dear politics. It is a no one is a I was so busy 50 years and so with me as some party as an officer and I keka ho. Obey a mistake. Penning for na a toda na to uncle to baby or the name to say the Yakofanko for be more as a munim dinner day or more for example for now more some party and no more that party no will be a very respected being. But on the issue of nearest portion from the party, I would say after say a tour about you lose it 2016. Na really to Jacob. I'm saying a casa sankakra. Oh, last time any share sister station asempa. Me can simply say in party politics. Enye abusuaku baako na eye because abusuaku baako na eye. Na even no come me region. Ya ye aduana fo no. Aduana ye a lot of abusuan hodo na kambo maname boa. It is a abusuaku baako e be betimi aka se fi hafo de omusuban ne enti ukwa ware ahwe by in politics. Nipaku ahodo pii na akeka bom. Menua ofi north. Osi bia ofi south. We free her, obi aka ne kasa, obi asuban ode bai, obi adwamanfo, obi akọrinsani, obi akromfo. Eni ye nyina ya kan bom ne ye party adwuma. But a ban say ye party adwuma. The core interests a party ni interest. Party ni interest na is supersede obi a personal interest. Uti me pa. Eno nti no say ye kan bom ne ye se ye eku adwuma. Na etoda na say watwe ho kakra o susu se na wo se ye na enye in line with the party's modus operandi adwuma. That is the mode of operation. I don't think say usuni oban na be daddy. Oti asisi anya hwe multimedia well de but e bia anya niema nyina na ye mamo nti niema bia ha mo at the management level ya mpanimfo tena ase ye ntimi ansọwe anopa ye bia onya akwanya betena ase a quickly now they atum and management kra ye katua anye and nipa bra ye sorry ahomache for obedi trafficking. Is that how to work? Because organization bia organizational culture dey adwuma ana meboa. So if you are willing to be with the organization, you go in line with the principle of the organization. And I believe strongly, sir, you will kwanya udreniku now issues that what the first voice out reservations be out. And to file a constitution have various provisions. Oh, how your multimedia for the best of your amount. Until internal issues be how. Now you think, sir, the only podium I'll be Adom TV bedroom and programming credit nurse Nnawotwe and I'll be to Yabekana. I'm sure we are right. And in a cool moon, so no, oh yes, I near mana, boom rasso. Into a start here now, order to be a dinner in Yama Pino. Me, I know he likes me. Well, I can several times up myself, me or me papa, and I'm a boy. But oh, this will be a D. Na say nipa dodo na ka e wo se won se bia wo de na to che wo kakra you can nipa ba ko e ma se da bia obey right na mpanimfo so say 2 years are better than one na me boa enti na sunye ma adwene no enti se da bia wo ko ha me se bia baby wo ko onke ho through say ni say ya men ka say bia bibi nti obi anim ade e ha no within ye also be a problem ana me boa but as the issue is ekuo no principle ne yɛkɔ party constitution sɛ yɛkɔ ha yɛ nyina yɛ di akyiri party constitution sɛ ha ne yɛkɔ tena yɛ nyina yɛkɔ tena se ba yɛntimi nka sɛ yɛkɔ ha na waka kyerɛ sɛ ɔde ɔbɛkɔ ha ekuo mra ne yɛde yɛ adwuma so together we stand nti me deɛ I know sɛ officially yɛka sɛ yɛyi na fi party nim no mehwɛ party foɔ no bebree common ne deɛ keka ne lot ɛyɛ happy and yɛnya nyina omo man suspension no once ye more suspension and che say ye yiwa free ko bi mu kra
yeah
e bia osu no ban a obeda na di no etimi ma ye den ye frɛ o back enti mi gidi say time a ye suspended no o hwe fie hokɔ kwan ya na ofa so tu na namon ne nyema a wo ya utim say na onya adwensa kyerɛ bia sɛ one party ni be di kasubom so the decision na national take here no we all support them fully. I mean, him say, come on, back up, I could see work the whole day. Fine. Personally, me na me throw petition the koi. And you know why I did kukwai the whole day? After see general elections, na one day. Or start here, no kasapi. Over no treating why you say to say they now kind Uncle Debbie, mammy.
Yeah.
So, na me was sunyane. Me da wana me busa me was mpanimfo se ye namba ni so mfidia ye namba nu na ehwe ana meboa fidie ye kosum anko bi wo sori ana na machiri se okohwe abo a wache no ye campaign wa anye bi ya to aba wie na ekuti abo ne niema a emfa party mpuntu ma and ade ba kwa me kai ehye me ne se dey na CID for kofa no press center no okay that day me ko headquarters me tihwe papa time omo sa omo ka na nsu hye odi agora na spill no omo de bias no I fell your party security back your friend Gani maybe obi anyame mfa ne credence you know what happened to that guy that day because of Koku arrest I was there omo ba ya party guys and yes omo mfa ne free press center anko no once omo resist arrest and sana finally omo agree na yede nako enti omo kodu CID headquarters no security for no be ewura mu no and the police for no ebo like omo de omo nsa keka omo so Gani as a leader went there say ono na ye leader of DSC yina enti omo nya the team members no omo holding responsible then all the other guys left na de omo de Gani no unim say ebo Gani ama no kokoma
wow
yes okoda 37 military hospital 3 good days Gani utiapo no wa ma normal and odi free mu even before elections. And to arrest, obi do woma party are not resisting, you know, and the person is gone. And this party now, obi di uwechia, and ne waka in Chinagua na wato ne benkum no. Ye mu party na nimtia. And me NDC 1, NDC 2, NDC 3 ne de keka me party me nya appointment da. Utie me pa. But ori okokwa do baby okokodru ye as a former presidential spokesperson enye dibia keto na meboa yeah ohwe I like him or you be a sebe na adwemu do those things facts but at the end of the day say to me free ensa na woda suban bia di ne nyema bia na akoye say we betray party for do na some of us ye do Professor Mills pa but in politics baby anipa do no ko ho na nyina ye den yeko now prof is gone for last
example the discourse has become NDC
no devin bacho but money we way answer na abaso
so the opa na wenye question you be say the opa na prof ye nyina ye papa no but after say prof call ye no obi a obeye party ni kandi for e yo Mahama And not just say be a Ramahama and a penny or party no more. Penny phone, but a two and not two. Until respect now the Professor Morrison. The same respect and there was all the more Ramahama. And meeting me at na had this is a per politician and akuma muda ho fine. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama on burning tea unim de unimu. Or you be a on Fenny Pamwasamun Shenimu. Or ye boni on found. And he said, Ubi or ye leader of the party. Now sorrow ye near be bunenim tia. Kama as a national executive member of his party. Now dear Betchin, na minia we as an another I say national you. I don't think that Kama will be very happy. You won't. And discipline is key in every organization. Okay. So what is going on now? All is about say party no discipline about and you best national executives in crime. If you nekui, about muncha nekesi. The obey so all ya dear, then better and into a better party decision biano. You ship the person, that is all.
Ati Eric, may I say, first of all, my repair. Oh, Nasem
for the first time. The Miang constituency chairman or suspended.
Nasem was suspended. My national chairman, general secretary. Then, I mean, you suspended them until date. Munyan Repolium. It happens. These are party politics.
Oh, so.
Oh, but it happens. So Munyan Amoye, MPP.
And drew this swap. Now, Kasa, no, who sent our second.
Martin, well, I was here. I want you to make it. I was so sure. Aha, Adom TV. What joining? I am Yasun Jinkao. Eric Nnawotwe, Deputy Regional Communications Officer at the NDC, and Kamal Dean Abdullah, the Deputy Director of Communications at the NPP. A very good morning and a special happy birthday to you, Fafa Tigo. And when you're 9 years, Fafa Tigo. Indeed, way Efi Opapa, Josh Tigo, Programs Manager, Adom FM. Fafa Tigo, happy birthday. And also to Sergeant Bright Ayeno, Nungwa Police Station. And Ewa Woda, Sergeant Bright Ayeno. Good morning and happy birthday to you. Now, what you do, now you move via the veteran of Ofori-Atta, Finance Minister designate. First, you koshe the course in the by account.
Something different must be done. And something different must be done within the remits of our Constitution. And that is why we are resubmitting to find out the kinks. But I think the philosophy of trying to get more equity, trying to leverage our resources, is something that we should all consider and know that it's important for us to transform. And I do not believe that we broke any rules by the way in which the procurement was done. Your public service is one that really has been with the family for a long time, and I came into it with that aspect, that I do not take a salary, I do not take a per diem, so those are not the objectives that I come with. As I mentioned earlier, it was so easy to get a banking license over these 30 years if one chose to, but our expertise was in investment, and we are not going to drift because there were opportunities. Chairman, I can assure you that we are clearly aware of the level of salaries that we have for our people. We also know the impact on our revenue, and by all means we'll strike a balance that is sustainable to support us. So let me assure you that we would not compromise on fair negotiations. I mentioned a fundamental flaw in the approach that the OSP took with regards to whether he gave us a chance to respond or not. And I think that should be of keen interest to this House as just a rule of law. And so to then go on to accept, acknowledge a document in which your citizens were not able to give their views on that I think it's something that we should not encourage. I do not feel that we broke any rule, and I think the AG will be able to give you a firm assessment of that.
All right, the finance minister designate, Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, and that particular question on Honorable Martin Amidu, or say Okosrano, because Honorable Amidu done a home fan, not obviously to cause or quack or catch anyone as a Bibia, a war reporting and be. But first of all, Kamaldeen, you share your overall assessment of the finance minister, even though Oyare or Koja Yare sat by the appearance before the committee. Who is saying?
You me that's me share day 1 and day 2 of his vetting.
Yeah.
Now, yen kind of crap. Say ye vet you be efa juma or ye. And I all babe ye. Responses sa odema efa juma no has been excellent. Very excellent and factual. Yare die obi atimi yare. Yare. Ye nyina ye ti ha ikura no. Obi antimi ka say 100% we are fit. Na Nyankopon shede boy yare as part of us. Say be ya betimi dey akai no. Nti se wonua bi ne ho mfa no a. Ne wo se wo ye ne say bompa ye ma no. Betimi abase da chi bi na ye wo. And we thank Allah, we thank God for his life. With him back. And the love for the nation, or say, me a hondika cry woman no. Me bomb pay be increase na me de be boa on my Ghana. No, I got enough for vetting. Day 1, the bizarre question F5 Juma no. And I can say with all certainty, say, Obia knew how Becca say, responses are can the my no. And fact, and chakwan so. In terms of knowledge of the job that he has to do. What do I say? I have been very much impressed. It has been excellent. And of course, again, my mention comedy MPs, you know, both minority and then majority. Questions are munina omubisa you know. Efa kwanso. Seeking to establish credibility of Ken, and they have not been able to bring down his credibility. I have known Ken for a very long time. I remember somewhere in 2006, this man, with the humility he has, drove with Collins Inso from Accra to Bolgatanga to visit me. You won't believe it. I mean, nobody. They came to do something, and they drove to my place. That time, only Collins Inso. Collins is now a lecturer at KNUST. And I was shocked to my bone marrow. You know,
which year?
That was in 2006.
That's that time, no, you're minister.
That time, no, you're minister.
Yeah.
No, you're
in the private job.
In a private job.
Yeah.
I'm telling you how humble he is. So I've known him for years. And you know, or you'll be a mebunu be a young man or bomodin or bon homodin. I'll bet my bono. The little he has to do, or bit my ball. But let me tell you one thing about Ken. Ken believes in numbers. Or you beer or disca or chicheska or no or disca basa. It's not the type. I have known him, like I said, no, if you are with him. So what background is open moi. My reasons why I am one ever. Say a developer, I develop it with you. I think Ken will be ready to help you. But I thank God, that's just by the way.
Okay.
Inti eba vetting now mu ye no. For me, me share that here 2 days now. Of course, unless maybe what other panelists will think. But back on the job, he's been excellent, he's been good. Now, first question now, the way you preambled your question. Ose Ken say or call Martin Amidu.
Yeah.
Say Okosran say Oyare.
Yes.
Now one cause say uncle influencing the report of Ejapa. Ampa Okaye. But what do we expect? Truth or lies? Martin Amidu ankasa ka say Ken ba no fie no. One can't tell say Ken ba ye ebe ka say me pese me yesi. Did Martin Amidu say that? He only said Ken came to his house. But one my detail say Ken be yes say. And I'm a boy. And a Martin Amidu so esa can say Ken na downfall. And I want say that they have been friends. In this Ken can say we are downfall na masra no. Just say all of them are corroborating whatever they have said. Now, why do we have to sit somewhere and want to misconstrue it to mean say, or call say report, no, young conquer her report, no, once. Or some cases, so in as much as they are done for no report now about out, no, I feel it was a disservice to the democracy of Ghana. Or some no opinion, no, and his opinion is simple because the rule of natural justice simply demands. So we be obedient, and now we institution be Justice Olenu of blessed memory, and I can't ask them law students that hey, you make sure who Justice Olenu was. A lot of authorities that we can cite. On the cancer, also all the alternative party. Listen to the other side. It is a trite law, trite knowledge. We all know it. It is a kind of case. Say one, tell me fine. Now go try be say be at to chuma. Any day moi, me feel say it is an affront to our democracy. Odika. He's right. Ti obi ohwemi say bi asempa wuti no obi akọ baby say. Kamal di na why say ni ebi wa trust bo bi ato me so. Then I've not been listening to. Me na me baby me nim na wa for judgment. There be yes and yeah.
No, but
I think on the basis of that, no can say it is a disservice to our democracy because no feel say enka almost so more kwine. Now almost explain very well to him and send a report on everything I did about. So for me on that score, I agree with him.
Right.
Now to just sum up, even though we are yet to come into other
yes, we'll come into
to sum up with my viewer, Ken has been very impressive, very phenomenal in his answers, and the questions I want to be saying so was excellent. And now, leader's question, I remember there was a question asked by the majority deputy.
Remember leaders in the question. Remember leader questions as well. Eric,
he's been good.
Sure, Eric, overall assessment.
That's it. Ura, finance minister. Nominees. Except for now they are approving.
Yeah.
But we should work for do as well for on your more year 2021 ekwe our calendar no so be. To say the you print brochure and speaker of parliament eye Owura Mankokui and so near to speaker so aba ye ya ye kodro gbagben to you swear the farm so okay. Nti any problem. Na Owura kin Ofori-Atta de I'm say menim say nipa of financial sector there omunim de wonim pa or you be a finance minister obedi nim hwe nan aya de wagu nyuma bebre especially financial sector because the interest they were very huge and to hwe kwan a ofa so gugu banks ne keka ho ye ne ono ada dwene ye san hu se banks na omoko pay sika pudu gu no it was almost a chess aka na magana na future na the taxes aba se me ne wo ye mfentia omo insurance sector any mura was sign play e that sector say with them amount we a prophecy when some first 4 years na the target your banks this 4 years here ko any some position no they will kill a lot of insurance companies you see when an interest in what because and there okwa ban nyuma ahoduo mu a ye state insurance company ye ohwe kana no na niema bibi omo na ye insure na okwa waje amane di dodo na 90% of nyema e ba ban mu nyina the private company nefa nti insurance sector emfie na ye di ani mo aboso pampe na ohwe de Ghana aye ne nsem akokekan ya I don't think say it takes someone to be economist na wakase bia questions or ko answer ya wakasa yi na wankasa yi nye kasa obekasa ne hia Ghana fo but at the end of the day whether so deserve see approving and as won't deserve and ameboa fine 4 years or how or they Ghana for fame and near my boy costro to say the American okay so mobile first year that was in 2017 our first budget it was your name Asempa budget a cocaine budget ese aboso akan 43 nyama so ne de kekan e twa aboso me 9 po na omunyi so okay ya kofi fatuo bi mu abefifa tire na ede agu nyama so ne nyina Ghana fo kai ba man pani so no na betumi aye adwuma because oka o man bi we so mu nyina fie ba ko obi ni ne nua enti ono hwe Ghana japade nyina so no e wo se ne nua na so ko hwe Ghana sika so ni etimi kabo ni create ni ema PBT say Japan PDS menim say ho nyina be ko
ho
yeah but me de me ne hwe come back say o deserve say ye be approve no ana ye approve no de egina eni bi ntem ye nkofo na om nkofo no ba me de ni performance ma nya adaje anhwe ni pi enra na me hwe YouTube kakra whether he did well or not no eno na nya me interest the oba be deliver and a Ghana for here and the taxes here
the performance that will determine what is
master performance
what are you talking about
you see performance in the fatun chain say how akunsi nkrako
asambe na okay
ne performance vetting one we ono kro do ka say performance
what you how akunsi what do you mean by that?
Well, I was here it's about 27 minutes after 9. This year now do a video to a higher Adom TV.
Me 1 minute.
Now watch you me now go so I will share. Me dey there sempa. O say.
Me 1 minute
for the.
Ma come 10 minutes.
Remember.
Yeah, more time crowd.
Mama fancy form. Me DC form no. Nya Ofori-Atta delivery and I made be measure no. Those in the business fraternity. Stress on my home within the past 4 years. Said an American financial sector issues. Stress amount for come. Inyumo moguno taxes are signed big years in the heat of COVID. Ni na Ghana for the basis and into kwatena ho na ko Cambro for that. I can assess you based on that. Poor farmer na ono otie kurabia se a onim se bia aban kwaje bosanse de beto kokko akrafo kokko a mre no ye turn on time no through finance ministry ni ade ade. Say kokko farmer na ne oti kokko na egu okrachi nyeska. So ya we so na LDCs no kasa na no ada. Those are the pressing issues in the system. Nya ne brofo. Ene hia kwafo.
Yanto aso Eric Aje yanto aso. Abusia o share appendix 12A 2021 budget e wo ho say aban spend about 20,890 Ghana cedis per head. COVID-19 returnees from Lebanon. So question way Honorable Kujeto Ablakwa Etoma Finance Minister. Kamaldeen, in this COVID era, Hochre Abba, the returnees, about 2,221 of them. Each of them, you spend 20,890 Ghana cedis. Ticket, or just tickets. Why?
Me that say. Asempa?
Charter flight to the buyer.
Asempa. Very important say. Usually, Asempa say yen situate is asem in context. Yen yina yenim say MPs have the right to ask and probe questions. I mean probe issues. What you say? Tina vetting no in the wisdom of the framers of the constitution what they buy. Say ebia ya bo din na say wona na wo ho no ma ejuma e course no they may ask you questions on that. Say nya wo kra na wo ho a they may ask you to find out say oh knowledge was so na say dey. Say Ghana for e wo Lebanon and any country at all. Omo de cry about say e was say ye bafie because ye wo I don't know. One day first of all, the principle to bring them back Ghana for
it's okay.
Ghana for mo hweme. Say wonua odofu bi ana wo maame ana wo sister wakokam e wa country. Ena yare aba yare ne ekun nkofo. Hono so yen hwom. Ena Ghana aban ye di esu abro mo say yen ma nipa yi emrefie. Then you sit somewhere. Ka kire me say sa anamona aban na ato no enye papa. Sebi. Will you be a good Ghanaian?
Obianka say enye papa. We are questioning. We are questioning 20,890 per head.
I am building a point and want Ghanaians to imbibe themselves in the discourse this morning.
That is the old Sikano is 200 million plus per head.
The point me no make and they say Ghana for na they ban the Are you okay?
Take it.
No, I'm saying that just say me no money na ya adwin say the passer yet me the Ghana for ba hwe nka mo omaba good. And I'm
what they yourself about.
Two. Yen nyina nim say yare COVID-19 bae. We are suffering na nyina plane for nyina stop ejuma. Onim sa.
Nti chartered flight.
I'm asking you, plane stop ejuma.
Chartered flight.
This sensationalism and a 200 million people back with a ticket. Now answer the program, we know be doing come about it. Madam Fubia, ye me no ye juma kakra. Ye here obi se engineer bia, machine bia ye kraba ye. As a machine no so ehia enimdie. Ye pese engineer ne ba. Because of engineer ne bantino ticket ye nya. Ye struggle sa ticket ye konya KLM. That's enrich. They charge us 30-something thousand Ghana cedis before the man will come from China. Normal times, there is no way I make a economy class to China for 30-something thousand Ghana cedis. Normal times. Just say COVID ne buy. Yen him say, you say then decongested. Plane entering for more capacity. Now plane now almost omuye jumano. So one for maybe not for 20 people. And then COVID into want me for 20 be for 9 and 10 people.
Come out. Issues issues are you meant to have verified.
I'm saying that these are issues we can verify.
Exactly.
Before we ask the question.
And to come out. Now what's up buying to be provided say. Yeah, for airline way. They say okay, what's the KLM? And it's verifiable.
Yes.
Yeah, for airline way.
Yes.
And that is the reason why cost you say because at that time airline not automatic passengers where to say. But if you make it blanket, you spend it 280 million plus
it's as simple
per
as
person.
That is why
into which flight? Which flight in the mobile?
The entire America says same way and say. What be the question no? And on the face 200 million.
280.
80. You can explain it flight no. Emma breakdown now or say and na me nim say sanity.
No, you bet me have verify from
the point I'm making is as simple. Media no may fan tra. So somewhere ba munya hwehwemu.
Okay. So
now establish say when a course wa ekosi say na say bibia atotuma na yetimi aka ho asem yi. But for us to just say tra 280 million na 208,000 whatever it is now. Now and a Ghana sika and 2,000 people. I am saying that first of all they are saving lives to bring them.
Come on.
Secondly, no, the details, okay, of that expenditure, whether something was done untoward. Question now, Ablako Bisaya, of course, and the answer was given to him.
Come out.
I believe committee level they will be able to probe some of these things and matters will come out.
Come out. We are deputy communications director.
Yeah.
Is that not it?
Sure.
And his belief say there cost to be our information and the flight being or more far Lebanon returnees in a buy. And it cost 280 million per person.
I am saying even on normal times.
And how many trips
normal times. Or the Ubikura air bar, sometimes 15,000 or 16,000 or only up to 20,000 normal times.
Normal times from where?
And I make us a COVID time, no crime say about 20,000 now. Why can't we go and then do this investigation?
Normal times from where? Your deputy communications.
I am saying that.
Into your probia, of course, we are asking the questions.
And
answers.
And America say,
yeah.
If we convert it, Sikana, you can 20,000 now into dollars. Maybe now on number 4,000 or maybe 3,000 or something dollars, whatever, 4,000 something dollars. Okay, if so, number $4,000, and I'm asking whether under COVID no, and she share the police in a year. How much charges it is saying until where it needs proper probing into. But man, not radio so and TV so and can say, hey, in a 200 million, Debbie.
But the problem, we're supposed to give us the answers.
The point you are making, I don't have an idea which plane brought them.
Great.
I don't have it.
Yes.
But I'm saying that it is Mujuma as media people. We need able to
now we need information from Shishemu.
Yes.
Also, Wokasa Obo KLM. Now, once I mention KLM, say Kofa Obiaba Beyebidi, I can verify from KLM.
Yeah.
Say, okay, more charges, it is saying that more phobia for China bar and this COVID era. KLM for Bemaye. But who making a blanket? Yeah, the returnees if he Lebanon buy. Which flight? You need flight to do a buy. You need because of the people are
but
over 2,000.
Yeah. What kind of page 273 of the budget?
Appendix. The appendix is here. Is here. Maybe is here. And no credit. Is here.
And I asked it, he said, this is the amount they have spent. And I make say beyond that, you know, have you been able to
Check
follow
it.
as a media person?
Producer,
Have you, my kind, have you beyond that, you know, have you been able to check?
Into what kind?
Say,
What kind? What kind? What kind?
What man? And I say, oh yeah, I bet my boy.
What kind? What kind? You speak on behalf of government. Into what kind? Look into the camera.
I'm looking into the camera.
Look into the camera.
And I'm saying that.
Tell Ghanaians.
You don't just sit on
tell
TV
Ghanaians what
and
you
make
have read.
Sensational comments.
Okay.
No, we can't do that.
No problem. Yeah, sensation. Catch the Ghana for 280 million. Flights in the Lebanon returnees nearby. They want to know.
I believe the finance minister or the budget to buy a honor. And I believe so Obia and see media be any coin and I'll be and see Obia coin say want to me even the one who asked the question. Obia and see with my visa. In the committee level they can ask and I think matters will come up. But one
kind. I thought say you see you've read.
I am saying and I'm see we are building hypothesis here. You have made a point. And I'm saying look, there could be a lot of explanations to some of these things. And to what kind of travel on appendix now they are put down, then that will not be proper. Then get the right.
That's appendix in my detailed explanation.
No, but the appendix is here. I'm not breakdown.
Everything is here. Come
on. The question is simple. Per the what kind of any per the knowledge of the wenyano. Explain to Ghanaians say Ghana for. Say they now will show many case Ghana for ne who here say was here the mobile na CFA. Now Tromumu the entire we spend 280 million per person from Lebanon returning.
The officers in charge. Obia and see Asempa can say one conco bisa. Obia see. One day na conco bisa. Na yen show.
Oh, there be one bless. Oh, really? That's me, Eric.
No one break. Oh, yes, Empire. Obo Empire Chipia, and here now Danny Diabo, and no be no. Yeah. You see, there be American, and I'll keep saying that. Monsieur Abanwe, a Kufa Adwaban. Connection man for Nkwan. The be American, and I will not stop saying that. Obia a connection man, and whether say minister, chief executive, when you obey you.
Connection man says,
and I said it here as a local presidential, and the Kufa, the presidential Guru boys. We do our office cry now, because my main phone that is how they behave. And COVID. Yare abariasia, a dear Hochiraba. A dear Hania Benidiaba, in Yumegu. None other Mampenia Casacom, Rashibi, if you are now kind state of the nation's address. So, okay, do a cafa COVID. Nipa, ye or Modi wage, Nipa, especially the private sector, no more broke cry. Say, Obe ABR management, we name their Kosovo. But no say in the heat of COVID, maybe the rate na adverts about multimedia no eso beti anamewa because the new man name fly. Na me COVID ba ye pe me yam sheme. Me say urade. Nkofo adidi o modidi Ghana fo hu nyina COVID so aba o mbe didi COVID ho. And you see womo na no me kan sem bi say HIV bo mo penso a nkomo di HIV tax buy. Se malaria kufu ado pension e ba wi ase anko beje malaria tax because adwene wo mutim nyina ne se de avenue bie be nya na wo se ye twe kakra organa fo ase kosan obi se aminu etia wo hwe bebi e kofa ankofo edi o mu free buy na de na ye me de wo asem ne se wo se charter flight ana me boa because me ba no peja ya photo tree se ofa dropping na de obi tua ye sonko dance bia car load station na wafubi ana meboa wan ko charter flight wan ko yehwe eni ebusa finance minister simple question sir 280 million can it sika no what they call me constituency an we ni medwuma betimi ayo because Sampa government hospital maternity block esopa e need 3 months na ye more than no so na etimi boso nipa ba ko dio and look at the money sir. Yes, nipa baako. Enti ubusa we ya umbusa abone because I have the document here. Everything is stated. Enti na nka me proportion ono no kan ya. Na nka e kire se ebi omo ba no ebi na ombedi fufu of flight no. Enti obi afufu $200. Enam na omo we ye no. Omo si ye no so ye mo obi ase to no ho. Na nka wakeka kire se no nti na kokodu sa. They misused everything in the name of COVID.
Eric, me kai pass a COVID by.
Yeah.
Not China student issue.
Meba
Nnawotwe. China student issue. na aban enyanko form NDC for na mo bo aban sensitive
okay say
Ghana for wu me
can be
your form no this way and the form wa mo be
me can be covid by ya you know China, you know a lot of your colleagues students so no more free some of us or money obi timi track you social media kra na send they say yen can be mom no person mo back time ana e ba gidi no but aban na catch at that time say hu hia say de omo beba me nua penny a black am rahye bedu if you want the so sa de bia na ogina floor say they should bring them
na me bisao aban koye nyabotre aban ko fa omo
mate wase
na aban beka say 50,000 per head at that time beka say aban ya
say kama e kasa no create impression bi say nipa nko asem na ne yeka
and impression that's the fact
and you create ade no kra say yemfa akwantufo nya de emrefi especially at the start China and am mo ka kire say baby edu no enu sa level edu we bi na ete say Ghana fo bi more stranded there baby aban so okoform aba fine and obusa me sika sei and anke de to amoti so a nke be ye de enye ye de because obi wo China na me mfa ne say covid aba na China aban nim say Ghana aban ne na ye nhihye say okwa akofa ne nkofo aba enye atwa me ne bu bia o and in the heat of covid na ye kofa ye nkofo e ba ye na ye sinipa ba ko ticket ye kaniti zika 280 million no aban ye wo ho ne din sa wo so se me manma e kwa ahohia me ba be fama de ana me boa by the end of the day covid ni nyankoi na ubebu nkontan we de kire Ghana for se plane ticket enim se bia nipa ne ba akosto na bia 8,000 Ghana cedis utie me ana be 10,000 now be catch them so you see kaniti zika 280 million and to asumu and check this Ofori-Atta de ono vet no ko na revision no ko ye so you smart ohun say time ana questions no mu eden no o de say yes no yare e fanto nchan na me de na ba enti sa kosan hodo nyina no ye busabusa mpanimfo no but asempa on the more serious note covid ba ya ye kan wasem a plane ticket e kotwa mankofo ye busa ho question o ka say Original menu call vetting. Ye busa no about $150 na ye je wo airport no. Sa charge no wansem. Ye busa no company kwan yo mo fa so e select yo money ade e ba betu odwa se company no kra ye ma na adwuma no na one nkrata e wo so di sa adwuma no onye bi krada oni tumi kwan bia na e fa kwati kwan so. O ka hwe o mo se samre na anye won na ni normal time. But time and any normal time and no be our children. That was when Uncle Fui ebo mutirimupo. So on befa one Ghana for. Offer Adi Kutamia.
Maybe producers mom project appendix 12A in mind. Why? Mom project. Yeah. Sure. And see currently appendix 12A and I watch it.
Adi Kutaya.
Come on, check it.
Omo project. O de share de see de call ensuo ne kanea. Sika ye de kom. At the end of the day, na me kan Ghana Statistical Service report me. Almost say over almost say over 80% communities in the country. Dodo na use Ghana water. Utie me pa. Over 80% communities be wa Ghana omo need electricity. By the end of the day, omo ka kire say na Ghana for bre. Nti omo de acheye. Omo de bonto. Because in the history of Ghana, you who say a campaigner, ama yakubu pipe abase obi nware wo ka kwan mu da. Just yakufu ado penso. Kwabrani timi kwoto deto na ohwie egu nsuom. Na wakoto liquid soap, ogina ka kwan mu dware adan ya free water. Na mampani na ada ne atro ntie sisi billboard akese utwa mu free water, free electricity. Ni nyina sa na ya danko dada.
But this ambacho mo sign project bi.
At the end of the day,
you speak it to it. Eric, mo project na.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Ambacho mo project appendix ma. Nti wo share yen share 5. That is down hono. Come on, show me. 5 down hono. You say transfer to GOG COVID account for MFARI airfare. 2,221 returnees from Lebanon. Ambacho mo show ase ho. And the wo hono. Then you were 46,398,352.
46 million.
You understand? You see, and so what you see a fat down Hokrana. of testing. Into
Nipa 2,221.
Into
46 million.
46 million. And you divide here. When you divide by the 2,000,
46 million.
20,890.
Per head, 20,000. No, it's not. I just give an example of what
what kind of flight in a per head?
Mama can't say much. One say, "Me Asempa, Assembly mu every mu."
Okay,
Medical can't tell. Come on, me back. Medical can't tell. A connection man for any more year, man. She the same. I didn't our project, no.
Okay.
Now she.
And me bacho. Yan shut down hot.
Una coffee hot me. Me adi. Me bow.
Yan shut down, baby. Come on. What you shama? Yan compare figures, no. D. COVID-19 related expenditures. Me bacho. Mo share TV. Mo share my. COVID-19 related expenditures, procurement of testing toolkits and other logistics. Oba, the approve ye any the amount release. Now the approve ye 98,074,895, and ye release in understand? And ye bar a 2 OSHA field surveillance and security operations monitoring and coordination COVID-19 now 67,623,561 and also you're releasing now over 3 contingency
yes
26,437,000 and no you approved and now so you release that the contingency you releasing 65 million.
That is why it's contingent. Sometimes I understand it. Contingency is unexpected. You could underestimate contingency and you can overestimate contingency.
Yes, I understand that.
I am really happy.
Understand that very well.
This argument of say they're releasing 65 million instead of 26 million. Doesn't hold.
65 and when you take 46 if you had the coffee Lebanon phone. Mr. 65 and when you take 46.
You and I cannot you can't say that.
No,
it's a first expenditure. Contingency is different.
Good.
This one has been clear.
Share.
FNE is different from contingency.
No, come on, look at how you spoke for long. Let me finish.
Eric,
one say, and addition na mo ye na ye pa. One say COVID there by there. Sika bi e twa to ye release ni na. And I release bro. So say yakokan budget.
Because
what them about the tie minim say nipa kwa hu ya metiase me say connection man for metiase. Say yakan budget. Various allocations ebeko ministries ne de keka ho. Say obi anim sika omu defending na ade ade. What dey say official ya ko Ministry of Education. Na busa say budget ni sika say na omo de ko ne dey release mo. Because of omu interest ne didi na e wo munti. O be ka kire me say nipa be 2000 something no. Ye use over 46 million and a ditra plane ticket. Can it is 460 billion echi ho baby. And a ditra plane ticket mo buy. At the same time nipa lockdown buy ya say Greater Kumasi ni Greater Accra. And no number 54 million. Ka ye born ye ho.
E dane.
Me ba aduana ho kakra no so nye obi na omo ma ne bi di ye because na no na me kan omo so omo fidi nipa.
Say wo me obi a
say okwoti sa 46 million. It could free 54 million
339,024.
Na hwed car ye say e born say nipa na e fa hu. Na hwed de nipa dom ni nyina ta mo ane ye da ye kodidi no me ba me kan say me betima say pa. No, you get me, come on. You have to get me well. Flight no. Nipa na ye de omo ba omo number 2000.
Yeah.
And ye see Kumasi kakraka nyina. Omo na Nnawotwe mienu. Omo ho che omo ntimi nidi.
Akraka ho.
Eno ho ka. Eduane aya no ane de ya no aye ka bom no. Ekosi 54 million Ghana cedis. And ankofo kure ye be ka kire se ye kofa nipa be 2000 and something di free baby buy. Na se nipa kakra no. Se de me na be kan adu pre ho ka ye body omo buy.
You have time.
400 and can it is 460 billion.
But figures now for food provision of food and you know ocean top the top support for households and support to households and I say provision of food packages and hot meals and I face so about provision of dry food packages provision of hot meals and dry food packages o kan ni na bomo no, and a bayer
50.
Yeah, 54 million.
54 million.
Yes, that's it.
Enti.
Right.
Asama America no. Anyansanfo ohwe yet masio. Me pese me kire wo say nipa ewo Greater Accra population. Yam fan with the MPEG 3 million.
And were you expecting say no,
what am so the MPEG?
Were you expecting
yam fa voter register
were you expecting say you call lockdown? And can buy in German microphone one.
Mankase obi kodi abeni o baabi aban nya no ho. Mankase obi hyedem mu ama aban ma ne duane. Asempa no kre na ebia wontimi ntena hanka. COVID ba ya omosi omonu aduane. Uhu kwan na omofa so che aduane. Even aduane che kra na partisan. NDS sika ekofa by 600 million Ghana cedis. Yeah, the party executives na na eche. No, you see, let's be factual here. But say, didi ankofo ye didi wo COVID onya me mfa nche omo da. Se Ghana fo PP simponi entimi nto e ma so piti. Na what draw budget we abeto wo say COVID.
First of all, Yankasa ye feed 3 million people and 20 million people, 10 million people. That is not what the fact is.
Okay.
Nti ubetina hana obo okas obi a connection maya. Now no me catch there say.
Nti mo feed ni ba do.
Me say now no me catch we feed so on a different program me you and I. What's it connection man? Na me say connection man is Samuel Adom to Mahama.
Okay, right.
On the connection man, obeying 50.
Come on, fetch me. Okay, great.
On the COVID matter, simple matter. 54 million spent on hot meals.
Okay.
Figures now about my 400,000 people plus. Me pacho.
Come on, pacho. Quickly, I'm saying. A microphone. I will see it to me. Sign fix him out. Ebusia. Esia now joining a higher Adom TV. Now watch you Jumedi now. Go so I will say. Yes, Appendix 12A, our 2021 budget, indeed. Any expenditure, a ban a year, a ban of COVID, anxious. Come on, baby, there be Eric again. Mammy, run it through now. And the Osha, provision of food packages and hot meals, you know. Our no Obama implementing institution, Obe who say our NADMO. Ghana National Buffer Stock Company, provision of dry food packages, you know, so more provision of hot meals and what share this appendix Debbie and Tissa. What share this appendix it show the expenses are by MAK and come out until the customer.
Okay, make us right. Is he also connection man? Yeah, connection man. Na make first of all, make us say, ye pe connection man ope mu ankasa. Samuel Adams Mahama ya papa matami du ka say on na begina fifi connection for Airbus benya contract Ghana and connection clear connection man no
and there what the argument me
then again also 54 million they are spending on hot meals the patro Ghana for nyina mo hwe me sa 54 million no the logic Eric is seeking to make ni say the no afidi Ghana for nyina then the 46 million ekwa ticket ama 2,220.
No, Kamal, 54 million. But I'm saying the feeding ni pa do say.
I'm just telling you. Okay. Oh, don't worry. Okay. Why are you in a hurry?
Right.
54 million no figures ever out. Some over 400,000 people were fed during the lockdown.
Right.
Now take 54 million, divide it by 400 and something thousand people, and get the figure you're going to get. It's 30-something thousand, 30-something cities. 30-something cities. I'm telling you, 30-something cities for individual. And is it realistic or is not realistic?
For 2 weeks.
Is it realistic? 30 cities, 34 cities for individual for 400,000. Are you realistic or not realistic?
Come on.
Is it what you want? No more cancer, no more kind of try, no more propaganda, no more baby. For 54 million no, divided by 400 and something thousand people no, you are going to get some 30-something thousand, 30-something Ghana cedis.
Fast forward.
54 million.
I'm saying take the 54 million Ghana cedis, divided by 4 in each individual, 400 and over 400 and something thousand people. Get the figure you are going to get.
The casa. So
now to be I will say, oh, we didn't feed 3 million people with 54 million. Take it in also no, me pacho, mess them. On a normal day, say me call Lebanon aba. Return ticket. On a normal day, one to your crown, is not less than at least $2,000. 1 year, not less than $2,000. On a normal day. And I make a chair will say, I'm not to speak for those who did the budget. But however, on the logic of it, since now because Ghana forward sense of motion, me pacho COVID aba, place in Niho. You can pay plane at the Ghana for 2,221.
Come on, just a point of correction.
Yes.
54 million. Would divided by 400,000 is 135.
Yes.
135.
135.
135 Ghana cedis. That's what I mean.
Yes, that's
what I said. 35.
No,
It's 135. No, 135. Sorry. 135 for 2 weeks. That's what I mean.
Now, Kosiani and one more.
125. Oh, no,
Kosiani and
no, be
135, not 35. I know. 135 Ghana cedis for 2 weeks for individual. Me pacho me no tell you 2 weeks. You ma 135 Ghana cedis. Is it realistic or not realistic? That's the point I was trying to make. Now what Tina Hanum say, creating pressure say, you say you feed 3 million people with 54 million. That's wrong.
Okay.
And I Ghana for you now who say no, but you mentioned 3 million people.
You mentioned about 3 million.
So the point is that times I make it say, what the 150 Ghana, let the more be say feeding for 2 weeks. Me pacho is realistic. Say a day crowd obey spend.
Come on, you trust me pacho. So mon for appendix no to so mame na yen hwa ade bi.
Na inso
come on me pacho me ba. Come on. Share appendix no mame na yen hwa ade e wa ha. You should be na. B no.
Yes.
Allowances of 50% of basic salary for 10,000 frontline health workers.
Yes.
Now, yen share approved on. Yeah, approve here.
Yes.
80 million Ghana cedis. You release here 36 million. 615,000.
Very good. Let me tell you. No, simple explanation. We're simple. We're simple. The estimate made for frontline health workers is 80 million budget. The actual release, saying, your friend saying, the actual release. I'm coming. I want you to understand something. Okay. The actual release, let's get back to it. Actually, figure this in. I just want to get 38 million.
Yes, 38,615,000. Yes.
And yeah, all health workers and their frontline workers.
Yes, no, but they specify.
We know. They specify. And I'm saying here. So if they have budgeted, excuse me, I'm fine to say what budget say, okay, you be here 1,000 frontline health workers.
This one, 10,000. 10,000. Let's be specific. Yes, 10,000.
Yes.
And now your budget, 80 million. Yeah. Now, your calculation, and son, how do you budget? Then who could release 38 million? But come on. No. Even in multimedia, let me use multimedia. But what you said about multimedia, for example, let me show you. Okay. You have to say administrative expenses of multimedia. Your budget. And then why your budget says stationery, salary, whatever, operations, whatever. Yes. It be a here 80 million Ghana cedi for administration. Why would you do such a budget?
No,
because
of course, no, an estimate.
No, yes, because because unim salary, unim stationery, the price of it in the market.
No.
It can't be, but
it fluctuates.
You can, yes,
operations may fluctuate.
Exactly, but averagely, you know the cost of.
I don't know why you have a problem with this simple analogy.
No.
But the point is that frontline health workers is defined. Who is a frontline worker?
Exactly.
Obia or no COVID mreno or no original right. On any patients no ejuma.
And I'm selected 10,000.
It's not all health workers.
You were specific with the numbers.
Yes, of course.
10,000.
But the question is, out of the 10,000, no, did we actually have 10,000 frontline?
Oh, is that what you're telling us? So until more budget 10,000 frontline health workers. Is that what you are saying?
I listened to Okoboy explain who a frontline health worker is.
Yes,
in terms of COVID.
Into 10,000, more bomb trim na Troyana. That's what I want to know.
You make in crisis management of this nature.
Who estimates it will be here 10,000
people? That say by now why budget not to. Say be you 10,000 health frontline workers. Then at the end of the day, no, be a frontline health workers, no, you can be a 3,000 or 4,000.
Okay, maybe.
Obviously, no, you will not be able to spend 80 million.
Granted, they said you can no credit. Now,
no, not granted. That is what it is.
Okay.
That is what it is.
Also, that is what it is.
Yes, of course.
Okay,
I'm saying the numbers may not be
the 38,615,000. Nipa saying I must spend it on.
As simple as that. Me no want to hand and catch say Nipa 2,000. 3,000.
But you are that
But I'm
emphatic.
saying that if we had made a budget for 10,000 people.
You are that emphatic.
I'm being emphatic.
Yes.
If you had made a budget, this is logic, simple logic. And I make us say, if you make a budget of 10,000 people, say, make you 80 million. Now out of that, 5,000 and now 4,000 a be all the 80 million mom.
Asempa me.
Almost pay below
And at least when him numbers somebody.
Asempa.
Eric, it was 60 seconds.
Argument.
Oh, number yeah, pause 60 seconds.
Anajuma na sema wote woka. Ohwe appendix ya na
Me say connection man, Adam Hama ko we no.
Sika eko minister homa ye de akonu aduane ni nyina akoy.
Number one connection man
contingency di bro so be 50%. You budgeted say nipa 10,000 10,000 na omoye frontline health workers no. Ube increase obi salary by 50%. Okabe mu a ebe yesi. Oye specific anameboa. E na odi figure naba. Ohwe ne ma yabobo so nyina de ekọ omo ho na omo bedi di ho no de ni nyina akọ ebi kọboro so. Na de ekọ doctor for
Eric Gawaje me that
bi no true covid no.
Mo microphones na ma me. I mean na massive brace mobile another special happy birthday and come Fatigo when you're 9 years and way Effie oh papa Josh Tigo programs manager Adom FM also to Sergeant Brighter you know Uwanunga police station in fact happy birthday to you now quickly happy birthday to Sheila Ado White at Chimota Hospital Abigail Abena Eje Owa Circle STC me na masibe bre mama fa say am Ampedu me producer Prisla me da masibe bre o say me da masibe bre just to go me da say AC on him me da say me cameraman and the obibia all the directors me da masibe bre say mo share na watch Jumedie me di Asempa good morning